Welcome back, everyone. So we're going to continue with the Jessica Nigri sculpt. Looking at this, I think probably the best course of action is going to be to fix a few things. So it's looking really good, but I do think I can do a little better with a few small parts. So the main plan for today is to fix the hair, fix the tail, and also do a basic rig and pose. And then after that, I can split this up for printing. I'll do some minor stuff like, do UVs and texture painting for her later on, but I want to focus on getting her printed, so I at least have like a little figurine about this big. So, you know what, let's just go ahead and get this started. So I've been cranking through trying to redo all this hair. Same thing that I was doing before. It's a Bezier curve with the taper and the bevel object being these two shapes. There's tons of tutorials online on how to do it. I'll do one in the future just so that everyone can see. But the main goal is for me to actually simplify the hair to where it's not so crazy chaotic like how this old hair used to be. I think it'll look nicer with just a very simplistic take. I'm actually really happy with this hair. It looks a lot better than the other one, and if you saw in the previous frame, I actually deleted the old hair. This just, it looks so much better. No ZBrush required. And I was actually trying to do it in ZBrush earlier on, but God. Her hair looks so good now. And if I switch it to material mode, just to take a look at it, it's so much nicer. So much nicer. I mean, what I'm probably thinking though is, let me see something really quick. Put that back to solid mode, and I'm going to hide her body. Hide the body. Oh, I forgot I had the video going. I'm watching Jacksepticeye. I have no idea that's going to come up in the recording. I'll have to take a look. And I actually cut out a lot of it, but I was trying to actually extract the hair from a duplicate of the head and edit it that way to see if I can get anything. Let me actually... I'm going to quickly add one there. Just to kind of fix up that little space. That is looking so good. I mean, I'm really happy with the way this hair is turning out. It's so much better than what I had created before. I simplified it, so I didn't go incredibly crazy with having so much of that geometry. And I think it paid off a lot better than what I had been doing beforehand. Scale that out. Nope, rotate. There we go. And it's looking so much better. And I think if I merge everything together, it'll be perfect. It'll be like prime for when I do any kind of 3D printing. And now what I'm gonna have to do is actually create her eyelashes. And to do that, let me see something. So I have done a lot of reworking. Now, as far as the ears go, I think they're going to be fine. They don't have as much detail as I would want them to have. And to be honest with you, I'm not really going to worry about it. I can probably go ahead and just do some dynamic topology and scrape it up, but I'm happy with the way they're looking. So the next step I'm going to have to do is get her into a basic pose for the for the print. But the question is, like, what kind of pose do I want her to have? Because if we look at the original image of Jessica Nigri, she actually has a baseball bat in the first image. So I was thinking that maybe I could do like a Harley Quinn behind the back type thing, but that's a little too generic. So I have something in mind that I want to do. But what I'm going to have to do, first of all, is I'm going to have to rig this. Move these into the second layer here. So that will actually get rid of the whole sunlight in the image, and obviously it'll show up darker. But, so I'm going to add armature, and you see it says single bone. But I'm not going to sit down and try and rig the entire thing just yet. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, if we go into here and go to our preferences, and we have all of our add-ons here. So, come on, load, there we go. So there's a lot that's already in here. And I've got a few that are not native to Blender that I've installed, but the one I'm looking for is actually native, and it's called Rigify. Which I really don't like, only because I prefer to do all the rigging myself. Because I'm one of those crazy people that actually really likes rigging, to the point where this just seems like, ah, man. This just seems wrong, man. Like, so wrong to do. Alright, so that's a test render, and it's actually looking pretty good. So I think what I'm going to head and do now is get everything split up. Actually, I'm going to save this out really quick. Now, this is also not going to be the official final version. I mean, I'm going to have this thing split up so I can at least do printing on it, but what I mean by not the official final version is I do want this to actually have a full, proper rig. And I'm going to do that because I'm that crazy of a person. Okay, so I have the print file made. Now I just gotta see if I can actually get it printed. I have some good news and I have some bad news. Well, let me start with the bad news, and that is my print just completely failed on the first go. Shut up! But yeah, it completely failed. As you can see, you can actually kind of look. I don't know how well you can see, but there is some layering issues right there on the calf of her leg. Don't know how visible they are, but that was bad. And then I knew it was going to be a really bad fail because this is the foot that fell out from that print. And this is kind of hopeful though, because if you look, the detail in it is just really freaking good. It's at 0.06 layer height, which is just incredibly thin. And that's the bad news side, is that, and actually I tried this twice and both prints were fails. However, the second print that I did, even though it was a fail, is actually really freaking good. The ear is my fault and the ponytail is actually right here. It was just floating in the OBJ file, so when I went to go slice it, I didn't realize it. And I was pulling off the supports, and then all of a sudden this was, I was like, it broke. But then I realized, oh wait, no. Oh, it just floated! So, and the funny part is, I know that's what happened because the tail is actually stuck to the bum right now. Again, yep, there's the tail, just right there on the tuchus. Right there. Just holding on for dear life. But yeah, and this is actually really nice. There are a couple issues in here, like, you know, the jacket itself is incredibly thin. You can't really see the stockings very well, the top isn't really visible, and you can't even tell that she has bottoms on. So this is mental notes for, oh, you can't even tell she has the band-aid on her nose. And this is something that really, you know, you pay attention to when you're doing game characters or gaming assets, is that you make the details be a little more exaggerated. So when you do normal mapping, they show better in the render. But I'm really liking this. Even though this is a failed print, I'm happy with the quality. And I mean, all I can really do just to fix this up, I can probably cut this leg off and then mount it on this little plate that I have here. And that way have like a little, you know, like upper body kind of thing. I have, yeah, like my Widowmaker here. So my Widowmaker that I have here is actually the exact Widowmaker character file from Overwatch that I sliced and used booleans to, that I sliced and used booleans to create the actual shape that she has. And something else too is, I don't think the blue filament I have worked very well for this character, or at least for this design. So I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to go ahead and buy more of this hot pink filament, or whatever color it was that I got from this company. Because I like this one. It's vibrant, it's beautiful, and it looks really good on the character. So I'm gonna have to do that, and I think this would look really nice in like a burnt... Shut up!
I think this would look really nice in like a burnt orange color, kind of like the same color palette that Nigri has for her cosplay. So that's definitely something I'm gonna have to do for the future, but I'm happy with this, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and, you know, I think I'm gonna go ahead and actually take my bandsaw and just cut this leg off and maybe take a sander and kind of clean up this bluch here, and actually have a really nice little desktop, you know, top character mount. But yeah, so I really am happy. She just looks incredibly good. I'm happy with this. I really am, and I'm definitely gonna do something better next time, and that is I'm gonna use my nog and be smart and actually go ahead and freaking slice it into pieces so it can print better. For now, this is gonna be the end of the video. I'm gonna try and keep this one short because the last one was fucking long. But yeah. So thank you again for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time when I get the rest of these details put together. Take it easy, and here's the final turntable render for this week's work in progress.
Wow, 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 wow.